for me, I don't necessarily think I come off as gay, and like I get hit on by the women.
Yeah, whatever, asshole. Okay, Chance. Hey, this is Party Like a Rockstar podcast, and I'm your host, Joel. Today's episode is brought to you by Misha's Kind Foods. They're an LA-based small business making the world's finest non-dairy cheese on the market today. They're lactose-free, paleo, keto, kosher, Parev, and 100% vegan. If you like what you see, check out the next video. If you like this video, please subscribe and like by clicking the little round button on the bottom right. To learn more about me or other guests on the show, go to joelrody.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. The handle is Joel Rody. If you haven't already read my book, Memoir of a Roadie, it's now available through Amazon and paperback Kindle or as an audiobook. I hope you enjoy the show. All right, let me intro you guys and we'll get going. Chance Jones is a touring drummer. He's toured with Johnny McGuire, No Resolve, Another Last Year, Blacklite District, and Collin Nash. He's a tour manager for Sleep Signals, and he's worked as a drum tech for both Attila and Hinder. My second guest is Cody Poop Carlton. He's worked as a merch guy for Hinder and as a lighting tech. I never thought your nickname would get so much attention. He's also worked for Nonpoint. So my first question here is to you, Chance. You know there's a band on YouTube called Chance Jones. It's not you though?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's
not like they're huge.
Really talk.
They've got these.
We can't talk about that.
Really? You don't like those guys? They've got some big songs. They're called Songs Just All Right or Love's Just All Right. And I'm on fire. They're not having really good days. They write music on bad times, but
Wait, are you serious? I thought this was like a bit or something.
No, it's on YouTube. Love's All Right.
Like I was waiting for the punchline. I was waiting for just the worst roast ever. Like
no, it's true. You should log in and listen to their music. I'm on Fire is probably amazing. Actually,
there's a John Mayer song called I'm on Fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a cover of some like great fucking thing, and I'll be like, oh. Anyway, all right. So I was researching Poop. Believe it or not, you come up as Poop on Google. You actually come up with something like the merch guy from Hinder gave us blah blah blah. His name's Poop. I'm like, that's a fucking amazing. So you came up. Now the thing is, Aaron Lewis from Stained came up, and he's talking about Cody Hanson's like love of shit. So my question is this like a Hinder theme, or like, how did you get your nickname, I guess, or what happened here? Because he talks about how. And then I feel bad for the other guitarists, which is Joe Garvey and Austin Winkler, because they'd be like, no, I'm not the sick motherfucker. It's that guy, dude. It's that guy. But he wipes shit on his face and stuff.
So it's honestly like, it's not even a fetish. It's just, it's a staple for like Hinder back in the day. Like Joe Garvey, his nickname is Blower. Both him and Cody Hanson have done so much shit with shit,
right?
And
okay,
yep. And so, I got the nickname Poop because my real name is Cody. So when I joined,
which sounds better than Poop,
right? And and like I totally accept it. I have a tattoo of the poop emoji. Like I have fully embraced this.
If I knew how to do it, I'd be like right now, just poop.
Yep.
I don't know how to do that. So you're safe.
And so when I joined,
actually, one of you guys is a graphics dude. Send me the poop thing. We'll go.
Yeah, that'd be Chance.
Yeah, Chance. We need poop. Yep. Anyway. All right. Sorry. Story. More important.
And so when I joined, they're like, all right, well, we got to give you a nickname since there's two Codys. And so then we know who we're yelling at. And I was like, all right, like, let's see where this goes. And they're like, all right, you're going to be Cody number 2. And I was like, cool, I'll take it. Awesome. Well, within a week, they shortened it to number 2. And then within 3 days, because they're children, they changed it to Poop. And they will not call me Cody at all. They have not for 5 years. And so it's always been Poop. And there's people that are like, oh, no, don't call him Poop. That's so mean. And I'm like, I love it. Like, I could have gotten this nickname for a worse reason.
There's only one Cody in the Hinder camp. I don't know why people say there's two of them. There's not.
Right? It's Cody and Poop.
Like you have the freaking tattoo.
Exactly. I've fully
tattoo
embraced
yourself
it.
with shit?
Not.
What's your tattoo?
So, like, mine is the actual poop emoji.
Where do you have it?
On my thigh or my like shin. On my leg.
You had it like a tramp stamp or something like that. Fucking amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it, and then I was like, nah, I'll get it on my leg.
Wrong band. Actually, no, it'd be the right band.
It would be the right band.
We knew you were one of us. We loved you.
Yeah. Well, because I got it done like an hour. We were playing in Denver, Colorado.
Sure.
And there was a tattoo place like 2 or 3 blocks away.
Because they're all stoners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run to this tattoo place. I'm gonna get this poop emoji done real quick. And it was like an hour before doors. So like got it done real quick. I'm running back. Like I
like your priority.
Like 5 minutes until doors. My leg is wrapped up and they see it and they're like, did you get a tattoo? And I was like, yup. And they're like, what did you get? And I unveiled the poop emoji and they lost it. They were like, you did not. And I was like, I did.
So why that day? What was the catalyst?
It was just the closest like tattoo place. And I'd gotten a couple other tattoos at the same place when I was in town prior. Yeah. And I was like, okay, they do good work, and I've been there before. So I know they could do good work and do it quick and
you
perfect.
Thought it out.
Yeah. So I had enough time and I was like, fuck it. I'll go get it done.
Cool. What about you, Chance? Tattoos of shit?
I got nothing for you, man.
All right, back to you.
I mean,
no. How did you get the drum tech gig at Hinder?
So I've known Hinder's tour manager, Chris Nichols. He's been like just a buddy of mine. Do you know Chris?
I know the name from talking to everybody.
Very sorry.
Trying to sound cool there. Sure. Chris is like my bud. No, I don't know. I know who he is. I know the name.
I met him years ago. It's probably been about 10 years ago. And for some reason he like didn't ignore me. And he would like, he would reach out and kind of check on me
because he was going to come on with you.
Yeah, he has a sick young one at home.
Oh, poor buddy. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get him on with somebody more important.
Well, I don't know who else that'd be. So
I don't know. Yeah, it'll be back to Cody. We'll bring Cody back on again.
Sorry,
no,
Chance.
Right, so actually, all right. I'm going to ask. So let's step all the way back. How did you get into being? I assume you were a tech before you were a player, or like on the road? Yeah.
No,
Chance,
actually, I'm more of a player than tech.
Now you are. I can see, but like in the beginning. You were playing and then they pulled you on as a tech, or were you a tech and they grabbed you to be how did it work? What got you going and all this stuff?
So with the Hinder gig specifically was I've known Chris forever, and I just finished telling him about like how it didn't work out with a different band I was playing with, and he was like, well, it's really convenient that it didn't work out because I gotta hire a drum tech like pretty quick too. So you're going to do it. And I was like, well, okay.
So was it a bummer that the drum tech pays more than the playing the drums did? I'm imagining.
Yeah, that Hinder guys take care of us pretty good.
Yeah. So that's good. So, all right. So you took the gig immediately?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, and then Attila came after?
Attila was back 2018. So it was like a weird happenstance. I started this tour. It was Sleep Signals,
Right.
Escape the Fate, Attila, and All That Remains.
Okay.
And I'd started the tour working with Sleep Signals. And within like the first couple of days, I ended up making friends with Attila's drummer, Brian. And he
So wait, with Sleep
pulled me
Signals, though,
aside
you're
one day
playing
and
the
said,
drums,
"Hey,"
or you're tour managing and playing the drums, or what were you doing with Sleep Signals?
I was just tour managing them.
Just tour.
Man, it's hard to keep all my hats straight.
Yeah. Okay, so you go from there, and then you get the gig for Hinder, and then where did the opportunity come up for you to start playing with, like, I mean, you've played with some pretty big people now. It's cool shit.
Well, thank you. I'm definitely grateful that, like, for the opportunities that I've been. I think blessed is probably the only word that I would be able to use for it. I've just kind of managed to always be like, I've just always say yes. That's kind of been my like MOA, is just like, just go and the rest will figure itself out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started that tour just working for Sleep Signals, and ended up by the end of the run, I was working for Attila and Sleep Signals both. So then once that run wrapped up, I took off up to Detroit that summer and did a tour with playing drums for No Resolve. We were out with Red Jumpsuit Apparatus and I Set to Kill. So that was like my middle school's freaking dream show, you know?
So are you guys partying the whole time, or are you working at your ass off? If you're tour managing and playing for a different band, I mean, you got a busy day.
Yeah. So see, I'm not I'm not a drinker. That's never been my gimmick. I had other bad decisions that I needed to make. And so I just never had time for alcohol. So like, that's about like the only thing I can really accredit it to, is I just wasn't slobbering drunk. And so I was able to like
cruise through,
get through by the seat of my pants probably a lot of times.
Did you guys have any fun like wind-ups and stuff on Hinder? Do you guys fucking with the other bands, or is it more inner stuff?
Both.
So I'm the new guy, so I get it pretty bad.
Oh yeah. Why? What do they do?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, not bad, man. Oh, that's good.
It doesn't matter right now. Like,
I don't know. Sometimes it's not necessarily what we do to him; it's what he does to himself.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Do you guys think I'm smart? I had this thing going one day where like I didn't care if the guys roasted me, but it cost them $20 every time they wanted to roast me.
What constitutes a roast? Like, when does the $20 have to come out? Like when you feel bad, or like
pay upon roast, like, and I don't fuck around either. You know what I'm saying?
So how much did you make?
Well,
$20, huh?
So they made a rule that I paid. They made the rule that I couldn't they figured out I was starting to set myself up for roasts. And so once they calculated how many times I'd been doing that, I ended up having to give it all back.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
And it only lasted a day.
Thank you. Because it's hard.
So the rule is you should have spent the fucking money. Then you wouldn't have had nothing to get back.
We were in Colorado, so like that's honestly, I think that's what made me have the idea of like, I should charge them to roast me because I want to go to the dispensary.
All right. You give him any money, Poop?
I did not know. And I mean, it only lasted about a day, because then he like completely set himself up to be roasted for the rest of the run and probably the rest of the Hinder career.
Oh,
by misplacing something, Chance.
What did you misplace?
It's for both of you.
I did it. I get it. It's in the beginning of my book. I left the whole road case, and they had to come and talk to me about it. It cost like
you left a whole road case. Oh, okay. I don't feel as bad.
Yeah, I have a part in there. I cut the backdrop because we were in a smaller venue, and I saw trim, and I was like, "Oh, look at all this extra space! I can put it on somewhere else." I cut the fucking backdrop in half.
Oh, hey,
you think you got shit on? Oh, trust me. Bro.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, that doesn't make what I did seem as bad. I had just put an in-ear pack in my laptop case and forgot that I did that,
and couldn't find it all day, and like he was freaking out, and he's like,
I think I was set up. That's what I think.
I don't think so. I think this one was all you.
Did you find it before the gig?
Nope. I thought about it during the set.
That's good. Right on. So how long have you two toured together? And just on Hinder?
Yeah, just with Hinder.
Yeah, just with Hinder. And I mean, when was your first tour? Last year?
November.
Yeah.
2021.
And you've been with Hinder for 10 years? Poop?
No, I've been with him for 5.
It's still a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So you've seen a big arc with the band. I mean, their popularity. What's the big song? I should know it. I don't know, but the song is like really big. So
Lips of an Angel.
Lips of Angels. So is that before 5 years?
Yeah, that was 15 years ago.
Oh.
16, I think, technically, or almost 17 now.
All right. I got my pulse on the fucking rhythm here.
But I mean, that's still, they're one of their cornerstone songs that, everybody wants to hear. And
do you want to hear it again?
For having heard it like 8 million times now, still not really sick of it, but sure. I could still enjoy it.
I mean, yeah. It's a good song every time you play it. Like
it is. It really is still a good song.
Yeah. So what got you into the industry, Cody? How did you start, or were you working merch?
So I started 10 years ago as like an ambassador for Sick Puppies, and I was like doing merch for them, and did a few like small little runs, and then I went from Sick Puppies to Like a Storm. Mm-hmm. And I was started out as merch for them, and then I ended up learning lights on the fly. And we were at a venue that didn't have a lighting guy, and I was
so like, how are you? Okay, because if you're doing merch, you're out in the crowd.
Yep.
So you're selling to the punters, and then how did you get on the stage to learn lighting stuff? Was it because you had other people's, you were just doing the accounting at that point, or how you can't be two places at once is what I'm getting
at. During the sets, I will like close down the merch table, and I would go up to like the lighting desk, wherever it's at, run lights during the set, and then go back to the merch after the set, which, is honestly better because we would rather have people watching the show than just buying stuff, Mm-hmm. So like for me, it's another way to get people to actually watch the show. And it helped. And then, then we did, I think it was 2016. It was an acoustic tour with Hinder and Like a Storm. Mm-hmm. And it was like a month and a half long tour. And at the time, Hinder had a merch person that wasn't really there. And I stepped up and I was selling for Like a Storm. I was also TMing, driving, lights, stage manager. Like I was the only crew guy for this tour. And then I was helping Hinder on top of that, when I could. And they noticed, and they were like, hey, we want to have you part of our team. And I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm down. And then finished that tour, did one more tour with Like a Storm. And then like I was home for like 3 days, and Hinder calls me up, and they're like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, oh, pretty good. Just chilling. Just got home. And they're like, well, we have a few shows if you want to, come do them. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'd love to. It's a little short weekend run. And I was like, yeah, when do I leave? And they're like, in like 2 or 3 days. And I was like, all right, well, I'm still packed.
Yeah.
So I'm ready.
Yeah.
So did that. And then it's been ever since. And then now I'm also with Nonpoint doing their lights. I'll also sing with a few other bands when I'm with them.
So what's the cookie? Do you have a tip jar out at merch?
I do.
What's the kookiest shit you got in there? Not from the crew.
I haven't really gotten many crazy things. I mean, I've obviously, because like right now I have on there tips because weed is expensive. And
which is because you don't even smoke.
I know. And I'm not a smoker. I'm a drinker.
And taking those poor kids' money is what you're telling us.
But they all laugh at it and they're like, oh, we laughed. We got a tip. And then there's people that'll like put an actual nug in it. So then, like I'll just give it to them, like Chance and all them if I get it. And
and that's a day maker right there.
Yeah.
That's how you get invited on podcasts.
Exactly.
Chance is like, I love this guy.
So I mean, yeah, I mostly nothing real kooky in the tip jar yet.
All right. It's good to know. So
I said noted.
Duly noted. So question was, we were talking before, you were telling me that you're gay and you're openly gay. So I know from being in the industry for 10 years, when I toured, it would have been a little harder to be gay on the road, I think. Like, we would have picked on you. It's the best way to put it. I mean, so have you found through your career, I had another guy in here who's gay, and we talked about it briefly. And it was interesting for me to hear because from a lot of these guys that are newer, they tell me how different the industry is from what I know. And a lot of the older guys are saying, oh, it's fucking way different. So have you found an arc in acceptance? Or, I mean, you're pretty easygoing, so I don't think everybody's picking on you like crazy. But have you found any kind of differences with your sexual orientation off of the last decade of work?
Kind of. I mean, all the bands that I've been with that, I've come out to, they're all okay. We don't care. Like,
yeah, now I don't know. Was it that way 10 years ago too, though? Did nobody really give a shit?
It's hard to say, like, because I know I came out to Like a Storm, that was like 7-8 years ago, and they didn't care. They were more interested in like learning about it because like they
count. Can you count well?
Yeah. And
here's a pile of t-shirts.
Can you sell them?
Please.
I was, in all honesty, I think more nervous to come out to the Hinder guys just because of their songs that they had 10-15 years ago, and I was like, all right, like I don't really fit what their songs are singing. And but the thing about the Hinder guys is all of them are so down to earth and like some of the nicest dudes out there. And when I came out to them, they're like, yeah, cool, like we kind of thought, but we weren't gonna.
Oh, then you got to ask, how come you kind of thought?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're like, we're not gonna like push to have you come out if you're not comfortable. But when I did, they're like, cool, awesome. And then they're like, sorry, we've made some gay jokes. And I was like,
yeah,
I've made worse ones
out of the audience, bro. You're not off the hook.
Exactly. Well, and the thing is, like, Hinder audiences are typically a little bit older females.
Yeah.
And
maybe a little more right-leaning, you might say.
Yeah, maybe. But for me, I don't necessarily think I come off as gay. And, like I get hit on by the women.
Yeah, whatever, asshole. Okay,
left
Chance.
and right.
Just stop.
I get hit on by the women. I'm like, I have
all this women hitting on me, and I don't even want it. Like
women folk.
Exactly. I had one. We played this like outdoor casino show last year, and my husband was actually at the show, and he's standing
roadie
behind.
too, or no?
Not yet. He's working on getting into the industry.
Aspiring roadie. Good God.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
no.
He wants to, and I think it'd be awesome, and
yeah,
we'd be a great team for it. But he's standing behind like my grate of shirts, and this lady comes up to me at the merch table, and she's like, "Oh, I'll flash my tits for you for a free shirt," and I'm like, "Yeah, no." And then like he pops his head around, and he's like, his husband is right here.
I love it.
And she's like, "So I can't get a free shirt?" I'm like, "It does nothing for me. Sorry."
You can imagine when she went back to her friends and she's just like, "This was fucking unbelievable."
Yeah, exactly. And I was like,
"I'm not gonna believe this one."
Sorry.
The people these bands hire these days. Good God.
I know. But we had to laugh at that one.
It's pretty good.
I can just say like, so like the first, I didn't know that Poop was gay for like the first probably week?
Probably, yeah.
Are you guys all on one bus, or are you guys multiple buses, or and the
one
merch
bus
is under the bus, or you have it in a truck, or
we have it in the trailer?
In the trailer. Okay. Oh, you're
Yeah.
pulling a trailer on the bus?
Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Sorry, Chance, I interrupted you with boring shit that really doesn't matter.
No, it's fine. I'll just fuck myself.
Okay. Are you done? Okay, let's go. No, what we were talking about was you didn't know he was gay for a week or something.
I just didn't know, and it was like when I found out, it was just like, well, it doesn't matter. Like it just doesn't matter, you know, like and at that point, like I had already established a friendship with him. I had already like that was already like I was already, you know, like he was already one of my people. So it didn't matter at that point. Like,
all right, I didn't want to spend the whole episode on it, but the reason I brought it up is I really like how accepting the music industry is now, and I think it's important for people to know that, and at least it's what I'm hearing, and I love that. So I think it's important to note. So that's why I brought it up. So there you go.
Yeah, and very much so. And I do think it's more accepting than it was, 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, see, in my day, it's not like, I mean, they're going to pick on you anyway. These fucking old, bitter fuckers, Yeah. It's because none of them drink. They'll go to rehab, and rehab's boring.
Yep. And
they pick on us. So, I mean, would have picked on you anyway, but... and
then I pick on everyone right back. Like
that's a damn well how it should be, right? It's where it makes
and then we all laugh about it, so it's good camaraderie with everyone. And, it's nice being able to be comfortable and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. Do you have drum techs on the tours that you've been playing drums on, Chance?
No, I'm not that cool.
That's going to be the day where you'd be like, "Listen here, you underling."
Oh no, I've already I've had this conversation before of like it will be so weird for me the day I have a tech, because like I've been tech.
Yeah.
And so just like that, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing to think about. Like, I don't know. If I ever had a tech, like that'd be the coolest shit ever. Like, but yeah, I don't know that one.
It will happen. All right. So question I ask everybody, you guys don't know it because you haven't bothered to watch my podcast, but it's going to be good because you guys have an original answer. My question comes from my friend's 5th grade daughter. And she was with her friend. She knew I was going to put together a podcast. And she said, you need to ask every guest when they first felt famous. So my question to you guys is, when did you first feel famous? Now, it doesn't have to be fame if it's not a road that immediately hits your brain. That's your brain, by the way. That's the emoji. It was a quick, you see how fast that was? There wasn't a lot of thinking going on here. But the idea is like a moment in your career, something that was defining for who you are now, or something that was important to you. What would be the first moment that would come to mind for each of you guys?
Okay, I have one. Push the buzzer.
Push the buzzer. All right. No buzzer. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but hey, the story better be better than that. All right, anyway,
we don't know what he's ever talking about.
I have no idea. Okay, yes. Missouri buzzer. It's like a box of cereal. You just push it. Don't.
Yo, that totally reminds me. I'd have to get cereal when I'm done with this.
Cereal's wonderful. Yeah. Brought to you today by Grape Nuts. Sorry. Anyway, yeah.
It's weird to use the word famous because, like, you know, for obvious reasons, like I don't feel like I'll never feel like I'm famous or anything like that. But I was 16 and I was in a pop rock band. This is back when like emo was cool. Well, emo's still cool. Emo's not dead. Like they just sold out that cruise. But like this is when Hot Topic was original, man. And I was driving to school one morning and the local radio station had played our single, like without it being called and requested, or like I didn't go slip him a CD. Like I was driving to school and heard it on the radio. And so like as a little shit,
what was the name of the band?
We were called Sick of the Day. It was like Mayday Parade, Boys Like Girls, All Time Low, like that kind of like mall pop rock.
All right. So but randomly you're in the car, it comes on the radio. Who were you in the car with?
Just me. I was in my little shitty Cavalier, and well, I mean, like I called my mom, of course.
Sure.
On my Blackjack, if you remember those.
On your what?
My Blackjack, the phone.
BlackBerry
phone. Oh, BlackBerry.
No, so it was the answer to the BlackBerry. This one, like, so the BlackBerry or whatever, it was like long, or it was like wide. This one was long and it slid up.
So you had a shitty car but a really expensive phone.
Were
you a drug dealer, Chance?
Like, get chill, bro.
I'm a private investigator on the side.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Or I've just been arrested so many times. I know the answer. Anyway, all right. So that is cool. That's great. Was your mom excited? She must have been.
Well, she didn't believe me at first.
That's a motherly thing.
Well, I might have a reputation for, pulling people's change, just to get a rise.
Sure.
It might have happened once or twice, But yeah, that was the first time I felt cool.
Did they ever play the song again?
Oh God, no. No, yeah, they did. They ended up being pretty supportive of us, which was pretty awesome.
It's super awesome. You're 16 years old, man. It's fucking
cool.
Yeah, we were just young
kids, didn't have a fucking clue what we were doing, but we thought we did.
I wonder that they say put it in rotation, so that would make you think like it goes on more than once. But I wonder it'd be like, okay, we shouldn't have played that. Ooh. I don't know. I never worked at a radio station.
I don't know. It made my day. I didn't ask no questions.
That's a good one. It's good. What about you, Cody? What's your moment?
I would probably honestly have to say it was being able to sing in front of arena full people of 15 to 19,000 people a night throughout US and Canada.
Wow, that's way cooler than mine.
It's not. They're both good moments, man. It's funny. People answer this in different ways. And I had a guy come on and he said, I was backstage and my mom was eating food, the show food. And she was saying, wow, you're so lucky to eat this every night. And he goes, I don't know why, but that's my moment. It made me feel like that was cool.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's sweet, right? Yeah, it's sweet. It was nice when it was cool. So anyway, though, so you're singing for, who were you singing for?
I was singing with Stitched Up Heart, and we were out on tour with Godsmack and Volbeat.
Okay.
And it was like the first two shows, the warm-up shows was in front of like 8,000 people, and we were like, that's a warm-up show, you know, and that was still like intimidating. And then we hit the actual arenas and it was, you know, 15 to 19,000 people a night. And I was doing so they did a song with Sully from Godsmack.
Sure.
And I was doing his part on the Godsmack tour for like.
Were you just doing the best you could?
Yeah. And
unfortunately I've used this several times.
and he would stand side stage and watch it like every night. Now that was like,
that's actually really cool.
The trippiest thing for me, like the first night he bumped into me and I was like, oh, like, here's your mic, you know, and he's like, nope, you got this. And I was like, oh shit. And then like he stood there and watched it the whole time, and it was awesome to see. And then, you know, he brought us up during their set, you know, to sing a cover that they did as well. And that was an absolutely awe-inspiring and awesome.
Yeah, that's neat. Sully's, I was the carpenter on tour, and so Sully wanted to fix his road case. So he came over to me and he's like, you know, do you have a hammer? And so he's asking me for tools, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know how to fix. And he's all, I'm like, you want me to fix it for you? And he goes, no, I got it. I'm like, whew, that's good. I've never used this hammer.
Thank God.
Take it out for you.
Yeah, I mean, Sully was so cool though about it. And like, I don't know. For me, that was probably my whole shit famous moment.
That makes sense. When did you feel cool?
Any venues that you guys that come to mind that are just like, this is the shittiest venue we've ever been? I mean, how the fuck are we gonna play her tonight? Or just kooky ones? Or
can I pull this water cup up real quick, and like, can that be like cut out to where I'm not just like walking off in the middle of the thing?
Oh, just fill it up and we'll wait.
All right.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to like just walk off.
All right, let's talk about great shit. Come on. He's got what do you got?
I got a lot of shit on him.
Look at some shit.
Yeah, he definitely gets picked on the most. He's also the noob in the camp, so
you know, when people pick on you, it's because they like you.
Exactly. I even told him that this last tour, and he's like, I know, and that's how I know you like me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I can still hear everything.
Oh, okay, he's back.
Shit.
You have antlers in your cupboard there? You are from Missouri.
But I when I was like a little bit younger, I would spend my summers playing like the little 4-hour cover sets at Lake of the Ozarks, and like that would be like I'd play 3 nights a week, and I got really sick of the lake.
Oh, really? What about that TV show? Did it give you more like energy now? That show's awesome.
I've never seen it.
It's good.
I've never watched it.
It's a lot better than wasting time watching podcasts. It's really good. Jason Bateman's a badass. Actually, all of them are. The whole show's it's fucking great. Anyway, my friend told me when you start to talk about TV shows, it means you're nothing else to talk about on your podcast. So let's talk about something else. I feel guilty now. So, yeah. Do you any other gigs? Any gigs that you guys would say that would be exceptionally odd, or any standout ones?
So there's a place in Bradley, Illinois. It's called the Looney Bin. Their slogan is best bands, shittiest place.
Okay.
And it's the best shithole ever.
I love dive bar stuff. I love it.
Aaron Carter got jumped on stage at this place one time. The old Hinder singer was served a restraining order on stage at this place one time.
Oh.
I mean, honestly, like if you ever want somebody that will just have stories for days, Nick Huffman, the owner of that place,
is awesome.
Oh my gosh, he'll have you in tears, laughing so hard.
Let's bring him on.
Stories that he has. He would do it. He is so funny. he wrote a book and it went #1, and it's called Fuck Man.
Oh, no way.
And it's just stories, like just Nick's stories from his life.
I wonder if people thought it was about sex.
I mean, also, but it included.
Cody would buy that book. Fuck man.
But
don't tempt me with a good time.
All right. Well, cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you for it. I hope you guys had fun.
Dude, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
we're just a bunch of idiots that love our life and try to like radiate that to other people so that they love their life enough to go fucking chase their dreams like what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I love what I do, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And you know, it's for me, it's also fulfilling to be able to watch the fans enjoy the show, and like whether they're smiling ear to ear or, you know, crying because the songs touch their heart. But like we put that together, you know, we set it all up, you know, and it's fulfilling. It's very fulfilling for me personally to watch the fans.
And
I already clicked the button. I wasn't recording. You want to?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, that was like very heartfelt. That's why I was like, let's see if we can do it again.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
You know, it's honestly, it's a big deal. It's not everybody's so lucky, you know, to really enjoy your life is a big deal, man. It's a big deal.
Well, and a lot of it really does attribute to the fact that like the Hinder guys, like they're some of the just best people like on the earth. Like they're so normal, it's almost weird.
Did any of those guys wipe shit on you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's good.
But I mean, yeah, I can't really say that they're so normal when
they're normal off the bus, like out in public.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Well, if anybody else tried to rub shit on us, they'd pounce on them, you know.
I could see the fear.
Only they can rub shit on us.
Yeah.
All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe by clicking the round button on the bottom right. To learn more about me or the guests on the show, go to joelrody.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. The handle's Joel Rody. And don't forget, when you party like a rock star, don't be a dick.